don't have all my stuff set up, so bear with me.
Oh, I don't have my dice either. I need you to pass me that stuff. Yes.
I don't know. Is that all you need? Oh, you need gold.
There's the
You're
it's already
extra.
in there too.
What?
Grassy ass.
I just washed my hair and I let it air dry and it looks crazy.
So Tegan got bangs a couple weeks ago, and
I love that.
she's been trying to play with it and really learn how to like navigate it on her face.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I miss my bangs. I'd probably cut bangs again after the wedding.
Mm.
So I miss them. They were cute.
It just restarted Hollow Knight for me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same.
Cool.
I have it on repeat right
Just
now.
want to confirm. My shit wasn't malfunctioning.
Well,
I'm set and ready to go.
cool. I'll just wait on you, Jess, whenever you're feeling comfy.
I should be okay.
Well, 3 sessions ago, which was yesterday, in game, you entered a town called Red Larch, which is a very strong touristy town along the long road as you make your way from Anadbyre City to Waterdeep, a 10-day journey. This is around day 7 as you take a pit stop along this town. Now, as you enter the town, you saw on the left side again, the cemetery, seeing Mayor Alistair Jones, weeping, who now you know over who was his dead daughter, the year-long sort of annual death of her. As you had entered the town again, you experienced a very strong and very quick, unfortunate and what? Look at you with your cupcake. Both of you.
They're Valentine's cupcakes. I made
Oh,
them off the Portillo's recipe I found online,
Oh, that's
and then I
right.
made buttercream.
You're cool. You're too cool. And again, going into the town, you meeting Dodd Senior, Dodd Junior in the tavern, and really starting to pick up that again, this was more than just a happenstance sad day, but the beginning stages of what you would consider a very quick turn of events that led to you fighting off undead, sad, vengeful spirit that is of Everly, yeah, which is the mayor's daughter, because of the death of her love, Benny, the traveling salesman, a part of the town in the city, who had the music boxes. You again, the suspense, the thrills, the mystery, all the quick, cool moments. That let me ask this really quick: what were both of your favorite moments for your character?
I'll go
Just
first.
in those 3 sessions.
Bro, so let me just start by saying these past 3 sessions, this whole in the Red Larch, like some of my favorite
Me too.
times playing D&D, just period, just in general. But I think a favorite character moment would have to have been, well, I'll tell you this, it's more of like an overall thing in Red Larch, and that is that for what kind of feels like the first time, Jarvis is kind of out of his element. He was coming into Red Larch, kind of emotional and dramatic and kind of weird.
That's right. You both had that stuff.
Yeah, and so this was kind of if you remember when we first got to Red Larch, and this probably leads into like my favorite moment as a character, but Jarvis was weird. like when we first got in there and we walked in, like he was acting really weird. You know, since we've been playing, you've never really seen that side of him. Just kind of overreacting and dramatic and kind of weird. So that probably was my favorite moment because it was just so dynamic. Kind of like the first time that I'm kind of exploring different sides of him and and his awkwardness when it comes to conflict and stuff in relationships.
Yeah.
But I mean it was all cool, and I think really it was really Nova's time to shine here. I think.
Yeah. Nova?
I got to explore just some more of my paladin-y things that I haven't gotten to use before, which were really cool. And you kind of get to know like I think it's funny because I feel like I've never told them that I'm a paladin, but I feel like they're catching on and they're like, what the hell can she do? And she just randomly does things and they're like, whoa, hold on. So I think that's really fun to watch their reactions to that side of her. Also the idea that she now has weird premonition-y things that literally found out that was Benny calling out to anybody that could hear, and that's how we ended up there, which I think is really funny because I was protesting being there in the first place. I was like, I don't want to go here, I don't want to be here, this is a bad idea. So I really like that. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, I think both of you did a really fun job at living inside of it all and just trying to figure things out and just making things work. Yeah, Nova, also I loved your, as much as you might love how watching what they might be thinking of you, I loved how your reactions of you as well, Jess's reactions of oh my gosh, what is this? How, no, you of Nova, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. Well, so all to say, going to the cemetery, she's possessing these individuals that were the ones that killed Benny, right? In revenge, and slowly making her way to her own father, right? And trying to attempt to kill him. You, Jarvis, get possessed by her, and do some hard damage to the mayor, making it seem like he's no longer alive. Eventually, you make up to the room where Nova, you shut the music box. Well, opening it up, actually. So it was shut. You open it up as if opening the box allowed her to hear the song again, because Benny said she can't hear him because she's so mad. So it's it calmed her down to let you have a conversation and let Benny back in. And then their spirits merged together and went into the music box, which now you have. So you have this music box that has two spirits inside it. Really interesting. So we cut to you both in the room, shutting the music box. Isaac pushes the door open and goes, Where is she? Where?
Yeah, I think it's good, right, Nova?
I just hold it. Here she is.
He just comes through the door and looks back through the door again, double checking everything. I don't see her. I don't get it.
She's in here.
You locked her in the music box?
No, she went in there willingly.
Damn. At this point, you hear a scuffling downstairs. Multiple people downstairs. Moving, shifting. Hurry, grab, move! A lot of scattering downstairs.
I'm gonna go out there. Gonna go downstairs.
Going downstairs, you see that there are 3 other crony members that look like they are trying to do some sort of CPR on Alistair. They're looking like they're trying to figure out, While the other ones, there's one doing CPR and the other two are looking at the other cronies that are completely dead and trying to like inspect them and try to get them, you know, as they see that one of them is dead, they kind of like step back for a moment, go to the next one as they're all in shock right now.
Can I check if he's like at all alive?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
17 plus 2, so 19.
You see him as his back is to the cronies. His back is to you as he's doing CPR and trying to. Alistair, no, as he's trying to do something. Do you like push him out of the way? How do you get to him, Alistair?
I'm just like, let me see, let me help, and I just kind of like scoot him out of the way.
You scoot him out of the way. You see that there is a massive gash and cut in his head, right along, as it looks like his scalp is opened, probably a good 5 inches on his head.
Oh Jesus! Okay, what?
But as you get near as near his body, you feel a heartbeat that's roughly 40 beats per minute.
Holy crap!
It's like he's literally he's about to die.
Barely holding on.
He's literally about to die.
Can I use? Where is it? Can I use? Because I have a spell slot left. So can I use Cure Wounds on him? Or okay, that's cool. What is it? I'm reading. So it's 1d8 plus 3. 1d8. 6 plus 3, so 9.
Okay. You lay your hands on him, and as you say some sort of, I mean, how do you just describe that for us so that we can start to kind of picture what does this look like when you heal someone more?
Like I lay him so that he's on his back, and I place my hands on his chest, and like my hands start to like glow, like this like white light.
Do you say prayers to salute? Like, do you say prayers at all, or do you just like feel the like? I just want to make sure.
She just like focuses. It's just like her like very focused in on what she's trying to do and like putting all of herself into the spell that she's trying to cast.
And there's a moment when, as you do that, it's like as if you feel a hand on your shoulder. You hear in your ear, "Kindle the light." As you power leaves you and goes into him, you see the gash somewhat start to come together, and you feel his heartbeat start to slowly increase, and you see his movement. He's coming to, but he's not well still. So he's coming to, just not the best. You, Jarvis, and one of the cronies comes up to you and says, "Is she still here? We have to go."
We're okay. I think Nova's taking care of it.
We're not...
Nova, do you want to explain? You probably do a better job than I could.
Let's just say that the music box helped her realize that vengeance wasn't the answer. And her and Benny left. They're gone.
They're like so in shock. They're so freaked out. They're sweating, and they're trying to get Alistair back up into the chair that's sitting in the corner. They eventually get him up, kind of in the corner. And Isaac looks to you. I mean, do we want to stay? Do we go? Like, what do we do here?
It's like middle of the night, early
it's about
morning.
It's about 3 a.m. And you guys still haven't had a long rest, technically.
I say we should probably head out, hit the road again in the morning. But I think a long rest would be smart here for the night.
Nova goes over to one of the cronies and asks if they have like a healer or anything, like a paladin, anybody who lives in the town that could possibly help him.
It's not. I mean, we do have a doctor here, so we can certainly try to wake them and get them, established early.
Yes, I think that's the smart thing to do.
Hey, go. Yeah, go. And so they have a quick conversation. One of the cronies sprints out, and you start to hear from Alistair just some tears and some crying, some kind of weird groans. Isaac looks to you both and says, do we want to go back to the tavern, or do we want to just not be in the city and sleep?
I don't know that it's a bad idea necessarily to stay the night. I mean, I think that's fine, right? I mean, I think we should be fine. Just until the morning.
Okay. I'm just curious, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this town is different now that this isn't, kind of hanging over its head. I feel like, is there, DM, can Jarvis just kind of, is there any way that he could possibly, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to feel how like the difference, the change after now this spirit that was tormenting for a year, right, is now just like gone.
Go ahead. I will allow you to roll whatever you think is best. You can, if you're trying to like maybe just, you can just do a straight wisdom with proficiency maybe, or just straight wisdom and your D20. You know what I'm saying? Probably there's probably the 20. Best. I also forgot. You both have inspiration for completing all this.
So natural 20 plus 4. Describe
it, Jarvis. And I'll tell you what the outcome is, but just describe it.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as, because Jarvis was there when the spirits went into the music box, so I feel like Jarvis
and the spirit went in you. Too.
Yeah. So he immediately kind of, because he was recently possessed by that same spirit, and then it was, he kind of felt that connection still. But just the sense of like a weight, almost like a burden over the entire town as soon as they entered it. Like a, like an air handler where, it comes on and off, and it's just like it's always constantly there, that droning. But as soon as it's gone, it's just kind of like freeing. That's kind of how I would say Jarvis senses it.
And immediately, like, as you sense that, there are people that come outside, and they're actually like, there's some people that are hugging each other, and they're like cleaning up the broken glass together outside of the windows, and like helping one another. So yeah, there's like, and remember when you all entered the town, nobody was talking to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Even remember when Don Jr., Don Sr., they weren't very kind, really.
No. Yeah, and everybody just seemed like, like looking out for themselves.
Right, and so it's
but
just
an overall sense of fear too, the entire town.
Totally. Totally. You get all of that. And what's cool too is that, like, as you look outside, all of the gray clouds just disappear. And it's a perfectly beautifully lit starry night with the moon shining bright. As if it's brighter than the day.
Interesting.
So then I imagine...
Yeah, Jarvis is just gonna just leave. I think Jarvis is just gonna actually just leave the house.
As you leave the house...
Nova just wants to like go outside and just kind of like stand outside and look up at the moon, and she's just like pondering kind of everything, because it was definitely like an experience for her. She's kind of like grown and like kind of come into her power, and used things that she didn't know that she had, and like is now kind of understanding more by what Saloon means when she tells her to kindle the light. So she's just like sitting like reflecting, staring at the moon.
And as you look
outside.
up at the moon, you see what a moment of like 7 sparkle, ding, 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 around the moon. As you all kind of like start making your way back to the tavern, you see a crony running with what looks like to be a doctor. It's kind of like putting on his clothes still, and there has like a bag and is running to the home.
I'm
And
gonna have
one
a
of the cronies,
conversation with Nova.
yeah. Are you just on the way back home?
Yeah, walking back to the tavern. Jervis just goes, Did you expect something like this to happen when we entered here? I mean, this has kind of been pretty crazy, huh? Pretty insane for you.
Just felt weird. You know my hesitation before we came here. I just felt like something was off, and it could go either way. Especially after the dream I had about you. Literally, I watched it. I witnessed it play out in real life in front of me.
Have you ever experienced that before? Or you ever done that before?
No.
What's going on? I mean, does this have something to do with like you worship a god, right? I mean, is there something weird there? Or?
I guess. I don't know. She just tells me to kindle the light. That's my job.
She tells you to what?
That's my purpose. Kindle the light.
Even Isaac is behind you. Both as you two are walking, he's behind you. He's like,
wait, so you have someone's telling you to kindle the light?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? And he just kind of looks to Isaac.
I can't see shit. I can't see that. I've never seen something. I don't know.
I don't know that. I guess that sounds pretty special.
I wish I could make my hands glow. That'd be so cool.
I mean, to some degree, I would allow you to manifest the arcanic glow of. Sure, you could totally do that.
Yeah, and I just glow a little bit.
Like her hands, just like the whiteness of as if she's harnessing energy.
We've seen it, but kind of.
You've seen it,
yeah.
But it's just again, like how you both said, it's just manifesting in a way where both of you are really for you, Nova. You're solidifying your paladin-ishness. Like as we continue this, that's kind of what you're doing, and it's really cool. So that as you guys get to the tavern, inside, Dodd Jr., Dodd Sr., a couple of the other people that are there are cleaning up the other glass outside. Not really paying attention to you two. But unless you want to say something, I'm gonna go inside.
Say something to Senior. Yeah, I mean, I hope it's okay. I don't know if you heard, but Nova kind of took care of everything going on with the town.
Took care of everything. I don't even understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's obviously some weird stuff going on. The dude hanging himself just out front here, and some weird stuff with the mayor. It was really a haunting, right? It was the spirit of his daughter. That was.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's all taken care of now.
Just still make sure though that you clean the room up before you leave. Because again, we have multiple people that are coming in tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No. And Dodd Jr. looks up from you from the window as he's looking inside. From the inside, cleaning up some of the rubble, and he's like, I knew you guys are so cool. Are you guys gonna come back? Are you leaving? When are you leaving?
We were traveling when we came in.
Yeah, I know.
We were traveling, and so we actually have. We're going down to Waterdeep. That's where we're headed.
Waterdeep.
Yep.
Whoa. I've never been over there, but I've heard some really crazy stuff.
But maybe if we travel back to an ad buyer, we can stop here.
We had a couple people. Well, yeah, we had a couple people come from up down there. I mean, see a lot of people, but there was this weird like couple where they looked. It was super weird. Like one of them was kind of like this like bluish skinned, bluish gray. They were like really big, like really tall, kind of like a Goliath. You ever seen like Goliaths before? Like really big.
Sure.
Had like these marks on them.
Yeah.
Like these scars, and they were with this really short gnome. They were just a weird group, really weird couple.
Yeah, weird. Little female gnome.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I don't. They familiar. It's familiar.
Huh. Anyway, just make sure you say bye before tomorrow, please. Just make sure you say bye. I just want to.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Jarvis is gonna head up there.
Cool. You guys
Vox
get to your
Machina.
bedrooms. Yeah, you guys get to your room. Left it the same as you did to finish your slumber. As you go to sleep, you go fully to sleep and you finish your long rest. No dreams, no strange weirdness. And you wake up hours later. Looks like it's a good amount of sleep, like 11 a.m. kind of sleeping kind of thing. Like good chunk of time. Especially from sleeping outside and sleeping on the ground and stuff. You're sleeping in beds right now. You wake up. The morning is yours.
Oh man.
Do I still have the music box?
It's bright.
You still have the music box. Yeah, you take a look in your bag. You still
I wanted
have
to make
it.
sure that I have it. I was like, I want to keep it, so I have to put that in my inventory. I'll do it after this.
Oh shit. Damn.
Isaac is like his shirt's completely off, and he's got some bandages around his arms, and he's doing push-ups on the ground.
Nova is having the first peaceful sleep of the entire trip so far. So she's literally like think the beginning of Frozen where Anna is like hair disheveled, like drooling. That's what she looks like right now. Just straight conked.
Jarvis gets up and kind of grooms himself. Kind of does a little bit of like underwing and like he's doing a little bit of molting right now, so his feathers are kind of fallen, and you can see him do the thing that birds do where they kind of shake their whole body and their wings, and some you can see some feathers like kind of like fall off and like float.
Where is that quote from? I'm
What?
molting. Is that Iago?
Yeah,
In
Lion King.
yes, it
So
Iago from Aladdin.
Aladdin. You're right.
So, as you pop up, Isaac looks at you and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go get Garquan ready and get the cart ready. I'll just meet you guys out front. Does that sound fair?"
Yeah, sounds good. We'll be down.
All right, sounds good. He grabs puts his shirt on, grabs his stuff, walks out.
So
I'm still asleep.
he's gonna.
Oh yeah, can you wake up Nova? I'll just we'll make this real quick.
Yeah. No problem. Nova? Hello?
She just like rolls over and like and like stretches like she goes full starfish. Like,
Jarvis kind of nervously goes, good morning. We're gonna be downstairs. And then he just kind of like, okay. Well, we'll see you down there.
and she's like moving her hair. Like, okay.
Nova, roll a D100 for me. So So your D10 plus your percentage dice.
A 4 and then 20.
So 24 minutes later, she comes down.
I love that.
In that 24 minutes time, who's down there when I walk down there?
Honestly,
At that
a
time.
lot of people. It's like as if all of a sudden the town becomes bustling. Like people are checking in, people are checking out, leaving. People are like Dodd Jr.'s like handing out these like little goodies for people as they leave, saying thank you. He's also serving people breakfast really quick. Like
Yeah.
he's and Jarvis, you also see that Isaac grabbed a couple different loaves of bread with different butters and jams. He's in the cart.
Okay.
I got food.
Awesome. Hey, I'm gonna grab some breakfast.
Oh, I grabbed food.
Yeah,
But, okay.
yeah. I'll have some of that on the road. I want to see if they, what they have. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit with Nova.
Okay.
You want something?
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna turn over to whichever one I see, senior or junior, available first.
Junior. Oh, he's got plates. Yeah. Well, hey.
Hey,
give me
buddy.
1 second.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's up? What can I get you?
Yeah. What do you got for breakfast? What do you make for breakfast?
Oh man, we got
Any fish? By chance? Fish and eggs?
fish. We don't really right now. Like the oven's not on too much. Like we're just kind of doing
Sure.
some very simple. Everybody's it's just like all of a sudden everything's open right now. It's like everybody just came here.
Yeah.
I mean, so we just got some simple fruits, some dried meats. So we got some breads. We got some lukewarm porridge that was kind of left from yesterday.
Okay.
And while they're having this conversation, Nova, it comes like skipping down the stairs, like she's got her bag, she's like moving and grooving, and like I walk up and like bump into Jarvis, and I'm like, I'll have dried meat, he'll be fine.
Okay, I'll be right back. And just he leaves. Literally within 30 seconds brings out looks like to be like 3 plates of all the assortments of some dried meats, some dried fruits, some breads, some jams.
Thanks. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna flip him a gold piece.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll miss you guys. As he goes off. Getting to your cart, you see Jarvis or Isaac eating the same thing that you have. I'm just guessing at this point again, like the people out here look bustling. And what's interesting is as you start to kind of get into your cart and maybe go, you see that there's a group of people that are about to cut down the tree.
Did I cut down the tree in the center of the town?
The big tree, yeah.
Yeah,
And
we could be headed out. I'm gonna just like we came in. I'm gonna be flying above. Yep.
As you fly above, go ahead.
I like squish Glarquan. I'm like, hi buddy, I missed you.
Real big lick.
And she's like, it's so you're cute. And I hop into the cart.
Isaac's
She's
got
just in a
Lorraine.
very good mood.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As you pass the mayor's home, he stands there in crutches with a bandage around his head. As basically you drive past, he just puts his hand up in a wave.
Yeah. I'm gonna go land over by him. Yeah. How you feeling this morning?
It's a morning, but it's different this time.
I wanted to apologize. I mean, I don't really remember much, but I suspect your daughter kind of possessed me for a little bit there, and if I did anything, I'm sorry.
I should be the one that should be apologizing to you, all of 3 of you.
I want Nova to hop out of the cart, and she's gonna walk over and she's gonna grab his hand in like both of her hands, just know that she's at peace now.
Good.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna.
He has not doesn't have much. He's just thankful.
Yeah.
And he's apologizing. And he's sorry.
Have a
And
good
he's
one.
sad.
Hope we keep your head up. I hope we see
I'll
you guys
try.
again.
Yeah. As he starts to make his way to the center of the town, you guys leave, and as you leave Red Larch, it was it's somewhat of a gray morning, not like the same type of gray. Now it's just more of just like weather versus it being like there was like something over the town. You look up, and as you hear the crashing in the sky of lightning as a slight rain starts to trickle down. Nothing that's going to stop you from flying, Jarvis, but there is it is a rain as it starts to slowly trickle down as you travel. Jarvis, go ahead and give me a perception check from above.
14 plus 6, 20.
Similar site of terrain from above, rocky hills, a lot of hills, a long road, a lot of people coming into the city, and a lot of people exiting. Okay, you spend, and again, like how we've been discussing, we know you're going to Waterdeep, but at any point, if you're saying you want to stop and do something, let me know. But I'm just going to keep moving us forward as well, and just describing the things that you see. You travel for probably an hour to 3 hours as the bustle of going into this touristy town starts to fade. And as you get out, the rain starts to pick up more and more and more. And eventually you're covered from head to toe in water.
Have we reached the long road yet?
You were on, so it's so the town is like in the long road.
Oh, okay.
So you're already on the long road.
I thought
yeah.
it was off a little bit.
No, you were like it's in the town, in
Okay.
it. But every hour that passes by becomes cold and colder and more rainy and wetter to the point where it starts to be uncomfortable. And to the point for you, Jarvis, that I need you to make an athletics check.
10 plus 3, 13.
For today, your wings gain about 30 pounds worth of water retention. Yet you're still able to stay up. You just need a couple breaks here and there to come back down. Rinse off, go away.
Understood, yep.
The difficulty, though, that you guys are gaining in this moment, though, as the day comes to basically an end, just traveling the road, see some people, meet, you get some different stands that you go by, different beautiful gardens that you can stop and kind of take a look at. But however, it's pouring rain. And
Any
there's
other
a point,
towns or not really?
not at this point.
Okay.
It took you a couple days even to get to a main town here. It took about 3 days. So looks like it's a little bit longer of a journey as well to another location itself. You do see some different paths along the way, but nothing from above with your perception check that's indicating that there's another town that you can take a rest in. But you travel an entire day.
Okay. So, kind of darker now. I mean, hard to tell with the clouds.
It's about 6 p.m., probably 7 p.m., and your breath is extremely clear.
Okay.
It's probably around 30 degrees outside.
Okay.
And it's raining and pouring rain. What do you guys do?
So you say it's about.
Whoops.
I'm gonna fly down and kind of say, you guys think it's about time to maybe set up camp? Or you guys? I mean, I'm getting tired flying with all this It's cold, and I say we try to set up camp.
I think we try. It's going to be real difficult here. This is not ideal.
Is there
Even
tree cover?
there's some tree coverage, some, yeah.
It's the
But
biggest tree that I can see if I fly up.
give me a survival. Give me a survival check. Yeah.
12 plus 4, 16.
Okay. So you find the biggest tree that you can find, but it looks like it's about. As you're flying up, it looks like it's about 100, 300 feet away off the road.
I'm gonna fly back down. Yeah, just that direction. There's a
Yeah,
big
cool.
tree. It should offer some good cover.
So you get over to the tree, and you notice that again, none of the trees have leaves on them. All the leaves are on the ground. So the water, you can some coverage, but water is still pouring down.
Mm-hmm.
You're still wet. Unless you have or build something, you're gonna get rained on. And at this point too, I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Ooh, 5 plus 4, 9.
Well,
So describe for me how you guys kind of make camp.
Jarvis is definitely not used to this weather, camping in this weather, so he's kind of uncomfortable, I would say. He's gonna use his. He has a linen robe here that was used for disguise earlier. He's gonna use that for. Just to kind of like cover himself a little bit. He's kind of hanging out. I'd like to try to see. I know it's really really wet, but I'd like to see if I can find. Like to see if I can find dry wood, tinder, anything like that nearby or something like
Go
that.
ahead and give me another survival check.
Uh,
And also,
15 plus 4, 19.
so as you're looking around, the best that you can find, there are a couple different like twigs and different different branches that have fallen with leaves on them still, like as if they've fallen with the leaves. Still a little bit wet. You can maybe get away with it.
Yeah, so I have a tinder box that should be dry. I'm going to use that to start the fire. And if I can find anything dry, I'm going to bring it back. Is there any, like even right at the base of the tree, is there anything that's kind of clear from the rain? A little bit from even the branches? I know the leaves are on the ground, but...
Again, this is really this is really hard considering the fact that all the leaves have fallen and the water is dripping from the tree to the base, to the main, to down to the bottom, where you're even seeing some puddles around you,
Okay.
where there's different divots from the hills, the small little hills around. It doesn't mean you can't light a fire. It just might mean that either you'll have to keep it going, or it's not going to be as large.
How about other natural... Can I survey the area for other natural shelters? Caves, yeah, like rock overhangs or anything like that? Can I survey the area?
With the survival check that you already did,
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be much like you're just at a base of like getting into like a forestry, so that's why you're saying, like, that's why I meant like off the long road you're just about to be able to go into a forest. Where you came from, like the day's journey back, is where those more rocky overhangs were like how you guys slept that one night.
Okay.
Where you're able to kind of find. This is much more of hills and forestry, less rock terrain now.
Okay.
So again, I would say that you're able to find different twigs and things, but maybe after an hour or two, the flame is going to go out.
Yeah.
And you have your cart too, by the way.
Yes. I think the best thing to do here is to probably use that cart. What's the space like underneath the cart?
You have about a foot of space underneath. When you slept there that one night, that's why you had about a foot to just crawl under.
And then how about the space in the actual cart? What's that like?
The space in the cart is like 2 people can live on top of the cart, and like 1 to sit up front and 2 to just like sit and be in the back.
Okay. I'm gonna ask both Isaac and Nova. Hey, you guys have anything that we can kind of cover ourselves with if one of us slept underneath the cart and 2 of us in the cart? I mean, is anything else? You guys have anything in your inventory that might be able to help us
I
here?
only have a blanket.
I got a bedroll.
Wet over time.
I got my bedroll. That can maybe soak up some of that water that'll be on top, but I mean at some point it might drip on us.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea though. That's good. So again, you guys are parked along that big tree. Isaac puts his bedroll on top of where on the cart. And
like lays it across.
He tried Isaac he goes under, starts like digging kind of like a trough underneath to kind of like with like a barrier up along the sides.
Good, yeah. And then I'm gonna try to get a fire started. I'm gonna try to keep it covered. Can I try? Because I have a bedroll too. Can I try to? Can I try to with some trees, if I can find some trees or things, try to makeshift kind of a little bit of a tent, if you will, kind of over the immediate area of the fire with my bedroll to cover it from the rain close to the cart.
Great idea. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can properly move sticks, bend them in the best way.
7 plus 4, 11.
I would say at this point it feels like it could be. It's like one of those where you're like, okay, don't move.
Yeah.
You're not confident about it, but you can do it.
I'm gonna light a fire.
As you're trying to light some of this, go ahead and roll one more time for me a survival check.
15 plus 4, 19.
Takes you a good 10 minutes to get it going, but once you got it going, you're maintaining it for now.
Okay.
At this point, from all of that time trying to find stuff, to look around, to gain stuff, to move, it took about a couple hours to really get it all set up for you to go to sleep and to get good. You lay by your fire underneath the cart. Glarquan is as close as he can. As you guys are, all 3 of you, snuggled up really close underneath. It's very... As the rain continues and picks up, it's very cold. And you start to shiver, the 3 of you, as all 3 of you failed your Constitution saving throws. And at this point, as you get cold, and Glarquan also rolled a 3, your body gets very, very cold. And you unfortunately can't get to sleep. There's moments where all 3 of you look like you doze off, but then you come because you're shaking so much. It's so cold right now.
The fire's going though, right?
The fire is going, and then it's after about like an hour or so, it starts to dissipate and goes completely away.
Okay.
As the makeshift shifts and leans against the tree.
I try to fix it.
As you get out to go ahead and try to fix it, you maneuver it, and there's a moment when you look down on the ground next to the tree. You see this large frog with a purple back and these green spots that are somewhat glowing on it as it looks up at you with its bright yellow eyes.
How far away is it?
literally 10 feet from you.
How big is it?
It looks like it would be like the size of your chest.
The
And
biggest frog that Jarvis has ever seen?
and you see something in the background. You see what looks like to be a very tall figure. Hey, make sure you turn your video on there. Um, I sorry, Nate. I try to get them to go as fast as we can. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. I'll do another stuff.
All right, cool. So uh, you see what looks like to be coming around the corner, a very, very tall individual. But before we get to that, Nate, just so you can see that frog that was ahead, you see what looks like to be I mean, were you listening this whole time?
No, I was just no.
Cool. That's perfect. So you see what looks like to be a cart, with a donkey that's on the ground shaking. Looks like to be somewhat of a bird figure. Lucas, can you describe just what Nate might see?
Yeah, so Jarvis is a kind of giant chicken-looking creature. Just a bird, a giant bird. He's got wings, but he's kind of, I say chicken-looking because he's got this kind of like red thing up here, and his beak is like yellowish. He's about 160 pounds, 6'3", so kind of taller. But lanky. He's got wings, and then he's got like arms too. So he's kind of like humanoid, but also kind of like bird as well. And he's currently just trying to fix this bedroll that he has, like Jimmy rigged over this fire, trying to stay warm.
It's pouring rain, like severely pouring rain, Nate, as you remember from that lightning crash that you heard earlier. Jess's character, and another individual, my character, but Jess, can you just describe a little bit just what he might see under the cart?
So Nova is a tiny tiefling. So she's pretty small for being a tiefling. She's like light purple, and she has long white hair and black like curled horns that kind of look like a ram. And she has like all this like ornate things like in her hair. She likes to accessorize. And she's got like a big old cloak on. And she's very small, so she's underestimated a lot because of her size. But that's Nova. She's sleeping, so you don't get to see what she looks like when she's awake.
And you lastly see just another individual that does come out. Looks like a cowboy, wears a bandana across his eyes, looks like Daredevil, basically. As you, Jarvis, you hear from Isaac, what the hell's taking you so long? As he moves up, maybe if you can just get some help. Nate, go ahead and make me a stealth check. So roll your d20 plus your dex. Whatever the dex, I think, was -1.
5.
50 feet away, you are not hiding very well at all in this group to see you. Can you just clearly describe what you look like, Nate?
Wait, so I'm hiding right now?
Well, just to say, like, they're completely able to see you. Like, you're not capable of, like, hiding from them in this situation a bit.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I forgot. Did I get the frog? I didn't.
No, you have not. The frog is basically in front of Lucas's character, Jarvis, and you're about 40 feet away as you've been chasing this frog.
Yes. Okay, so, like, you notice this, like, obvious giant, okay? So, like, he's hiding behind a tree, just, like, kind of, like, shivering a little bit, like, not the posture you would expect a literal giant to have. In fact, the tree he's hiding behind isn't even as tall as he is. So you just see him like this, like, thinking he can't be seen. And you notice that this hill giant also doesn't even look as athletic as you would maybe expect a giant to look like. He's wearing plaid shorts that like look kind of neat, and he's wearing a yellow vest that's clearly not big enough for him, and he has like sewn and stuck onto his clothes like little toys and knickknacks everywhere, and a string necklace with a bunch of toys and knickknacks on them. So he just looks like the goofiest big hill giant. Yeah, that's what you see.
As Jarvis, you see Isaac pop out as he's like yelling at you about the fire. You glance up from the frog and look and see a giant.
Guys, is it? I mean, it could be the lack of sleep. Is everybody seeing this right now? I mean,
Yeah, I'm seeing the fact that you can't make a fire. That's what I'm seeing.
No.
We just,
And then I
there's,
point.
Like, bustle and bustle, and she's like crawling out. She's like, "What are you guys fighting about? Go to bed."
I'm gonna point over to this craziness happening.
what are you trying to do?
Should we be worried here? I mean, are we good? What's going on?
I mean, he looks cold.
I think we just need to be direct about this. I see I know I'm blind.
Before Isaac
but-
even talks, I'm walking with my blanket towards the giant to like
No, but
warm
I-
him.
I don't know that that's a good idea. I don't know that I would get close to him. I don't know. I mean,
So Nate, you see this individual start walking towards you.
And the giant is hiding behind the tree and like kind of looks down and goes, "Tree."
Did he just say tree?
That is a tree.
I guess.
Just a tree.
She's like waddling over as fast as she can. She's like holding the blanket, and she's like, "That is a tree." And like I'm going, and I'm trying. She's so small that like she like wraps the blanket around his leg
Okay.
to try and like, "Here you go, stay warm. It's cold."
So as she wraps it around his leg, he falls down the other way and goes, "Please tell me you spared Caesar."
What?
You, as you lay there looking across, like behind the tree, you see the frog. It hops into their cart.
Who's Caesar? Who's Caesar? Are you okay? You
My
fell.
new friend.
Who's your new friend? Can you describe to me your new friend?
Oh, the beautiful blue frog that just jumped into your little box.
Oh, frog! Somebody go get his frog!
I'm gonna go
I'm not-
over. Did I see the frog jump in the cart?
Yeah, you saw the frog.
How big is this thing?
It's like the size of your chest.
I'm gonna attempt to go pick it up.
Go. So it looks at you as you're about to pick it up. Let's see if it. You're about to pick it up. Go ahead and see if you can catch
Wait,
it.
I wonder if I have. I don't have anything, do I?
You have your inspiration.
No. I mean-
Nate. So you've got in a beginning of this, you have inspiration. Do you know what inspiration is? Basically, on any of those rolls that I have you roll, you get to re-roll something if you are not good at it. So if you're like, "Oh, I think this was bad," I'll re-roll it. That's all that is.
I thought I might have had
So-
like animal handling or something. I don't think I do.
Go ahead and roll
Being
me a sleight of hand or just like an overall dex to just try to catch it, to like see if you're quick enough.
Okay. 18 plus my sleight of hand, which is where's my sleight of hand? Oh, 4. 22.
It's about to leap up, and you imagine to just grab it. And as it grabs it, you hear it go, as it's like kind of like yelling, like it's screaming. So like Nate, your
Jarvis-
like
Jarvis just goes, "Shit! I hope this thing's not poisonous." Fuck.
I'm imagining Jarvis's character like holding it like people who don't know how to hold babies. Like, just like.
totally, but it's like big, and it's like trying to get out of you. So you have it grappled. Okay, Nate.
This is the weirdest nightmare I've ever had. As he's like walking over, he's walking the frog over to this giant.
So the giant's kind of like on the ground, you know, like whimpering, and then goes, "Caesar," and kind of like puts his head up to look.
As it looks up, it looks down at you. He's like, "Argh."
And so then the giant like gazes longingly at the frog in a way that looks like he's done it before.
Oh yeah. And again, there's a familiar sort of like look as you look at him. You think he looks at you like in his own special way, but the rest of him, it looks like a fucking frog, just like. But in that same like Nate, you hear from the frog like, "Miss you."
What? Do we hear that?
No, you don't hear any of that.
Okay.
It's just for him.
Now I like sit up and I'm like Caesar and hold my arms out.
Yeah.
You hold it out.
I'm letting it go. Yeah.
It leaps and just like lands on his chest area and it just like sits like right here.
How
Like,
big,
just like-
Nate? How big is your character?
Oh, I'm sorry. This hill giant, now you can see as the frog jumps on his chest, he kind of stands up and cuddles it and is 14 feet tall.
What?
Oh my god!
And wide.
I am
Like
a
as he stands up, you guys are near him and you feel the ground shake a little.
Absolutely massive. Holy shit.
So just like in comparison, typical comparison
Good
would be like this.
Lord.
I literally look like a Tic Tac.
Yeah, there's like, yeah. Yeah, that stealth check was perfect.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, 5 was perfect. How do you
Okay,
hide?
so Caesar is your frog. Is your frog friend, right? What is your name? Do you have a name?
Yes. My name is Thelonious.
I was wondering what this was. I'm like, what is that? Thelonious, that's cool.
Yes, what is your name?
Just make sure the flag.
I'm Nova, and I'm like holding my blanket, like holding it, like here you go.
Just make sure that the flag.
And my name is Jarvis. What are you doing out here?
Well, you see, I was chasing my friend here, who I met earlier, and I do believe we both got spooked a bit, and were running around a bit, but here we are, me and my friend Caesar, and, it's a bit later than I'm usually out, but, yes.
Where do you live? Do you live nearby?
Yes. It works out coincidentally. Yes, I was chasing Caesar, and fortunately he did not chase me too far away. My home's right over here in the woods, of course.
Do you want to be our friend? We have a friend. You like animals? Do you want to meet Glarquan?
Who? What? Meet who? What?
Glarquan!
Let me tell you, little one, I'm always on the market for new friends. Always. Never pass up the opportunity.
Come over. And Nova, you see Nova with this big old giant. She's just like, over to Glarquan, who's laying on the ground. Glarquan is our donkey.
But you see Glarquan, Nate, as your character sees, and he looks up and he's shaking.
And I throw my blanket over Glarquan.
As the blanket is completely soaked.
Oh,
So
crap.
Thelonious sees that he's shaking, and like as he starts to move towards their cart and stuff, he's like, oh, like he gets nervous because the donkey's nervous, and just like tries to slowly reach towards it to see if he'll like be freaked out.
Glarquan,
Go-
it's okay.
Uh,
Petting Glarquan because we're besties.
yeah. Doesn't really take any interest. Looks like it's very cold and looks like it's like sort of in pain.
Can I try to relight this fire?
You can try, yeah. Go ahead. I would say roll another survival at disadvantage, because of how now it's basically a wet fire.
It's literally
7.
It's not getting back up. It's all soaking. Like even like you're about to go over to it. It's just like completely soaking wet.
Damn it!
Do you live nearby where we could possibly find shelter?
Yes.
My donkey is very cold.
Yes, it works out very coincidentally that I was chasing Caesar around. And it's a little bit later usually than I am out. But yes, I live right over here in the woods.
I just turn over to Isaac. Didn't he just say that?
Come on.
My name is Isaac, by the way.
Hello, Isaac.
Yeah, and what you see is like he's got a bandana around his eyes, so like he looks like you don't see his eyes at all either. So, but it's yeah. What's your name?
Thelonious.
Uh,
And I hit Isaac, and I'm like, don't laugh at his name.
I'm not laughing at his name. I'm laughing
That's
at
okay. That's
he's
okay.
wearing
Very much.
yellow.
I very much like laughter.
Oh, you like to laugh?
Yes, feel free to laugh
You know
away.
who tells really good jokes? Jarvis.
Who? Oh, do tell a joke, Bird.
no, no, I don't know what I don't know
Oh.
jokes. I'm, you know, I don't know what she's saying.
Oh, that's okay. I still like you.
Okay, well, Thetropus, if we could just, make our way over to your shelter, that'd be fantastic if it's close by.
So Thelonious looks like genuinely shocked that Jarvis is saying this, and he almost forgets that he's holding Caesar for a minute because he's just so shocked, and he goes,
I mean, you want to come over?
Yeah, let's have a sleepover.
If you wouldn't mind, if it's hard out. It's not. It's.
I do mind. I would love for you to come. I mind so much.
All right. Well, lead the way, I guess. I hope it's not too far.
Yes, of course. Follow. It's right here in the woods. You see the tree line here. Let's go right in here.
and so then he just starts walking with Caesar towards the woods.
It takes them a hot minute, Thelonious, to pack all their stuff to get back and going.
Oh, so Thelonious is like talking to them, thinking they're still walking with him, as he's like away from them.
I just imagine like this, just like walking away, his giant voice.
He's like, I can't wait to show you guys my house. There's so many things I like to.
And he's like getting quieter because he's walking away.
Wait, I forgot to play his music. Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Music.
What? Yes, gotta hear it.
Yeah.
Is he like, oh yes, I want to be very good. And he just, as he wanders off into the forestry, goes, but then it goes back to this rain. As you're just like,
Does he know that? Does he know that we're not following him, or as I'm like packing up?
And so now you hear Thelonious has now made it into the tree line and realizes you guys aren't with him and goes, oh no, where are you?
We're still
Let's
over
get.
here.
We should probably hurry up here. This guy's not. He doesn't seem too bright. We gotta,
Glarquan takes a hot minute to get up because it looks like his limbs are sort of buckling. So what for him it was his speed is considered halved. So he's going half the speed, and he's at half the strength that he would be on a typical run or walk within your cart. And the same for the three of you because you guys failed your con saves, right? So you guys are also still like in this excitement. Yeah, you got some adrenaline, but then kind of coming back to yourselves and your body. You're shivering. Your hand, like it takes a moment. It's like you have MMD. Like my what? Like it's like your hands are like you're like it's like taking you a hot minute to like get going. So
So does Thelonious notice that they're kind of like cold and their donkey is struggling and stuff? Okay, Thelonious goes,
You mind if I carry your stuff?
Oh, that would be so nice.
I mean,
Wouldn't mind carrying your things for you.
sure, yeah. I mean,
You're so nice.
So he makes his way back over, and you notice that he's literally about to grab the donkey and like all your stuff.
is
Be
this?
careful.
Yeah,
Be
just
careful with
yeah. Be
him.
careful
He's
with
right.
Glarquan. Yep.
go ahead. Ooh, this is a risky roll here.
Yeah, you kill my donkey. It's not gonna go over well for you, buddy.
No, it's just for the cart. Go ahead and just roll for me, your D20 plus and then minus your -1.
Let me say, of all the characters that Nate could have joined with, a 14-foot giant was last on the list that I would have guessed. By the way,
I got a 5, by the way.
You pick up. Oh no! You pick up Glarquan as you tenderly hold him. Would you describe what happens to the cart when you pick it up? And it
Yes.
shouldn't go well.
So Thelonious is just like trying to be nice, like, oh, carry their things for them, and he picks up Glarquan, is cradling it in the same way he was cradling Caesar. He's just like cradling Glarquan, and so he's not really looking, and picks up the cart and just like turns it while he's holding it. So like you hear all the stuff in the inside just like fall all over. And
just shakes and whatever. And I imagine, Thelonious, if it's okay, as you walk away, you remember when kids had like those like bags in like middle school? It had like the handle, and they would like sort of like a briefcase. I imagine you kind of walking with it, like a briefcase.
Unknowingly, yeah.
And it's just all the stuff is like falling out as he's walking, and yeah, cool.
A giant fellow. I mean, I'm. It's like Jarvis is like behind him, like grabbing the shit that's like falling out, and like trying to like hold it. Yeah, just maybe a little bit more careful. Maybe. I mean.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. And so now he's like walking so carefully and slowly that he's like walking like slower than they are. He's so much bigger.
Ooh. But it's like still at your speed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nate, just I will say though that where you guys are, you still have. It's not like it's 10 minutes away from your home though. Can we say though that it's okay that it's just a little bit further for the sake of kind of where they were at? Is like, can we just say it's like maybe like 40 minutes away? Is that okay?
Yep, it's because it's into the woods a little
yes.
bit too. It's not like super easy to find, but it's not far.
Because it would be quick for you to get to, but for them to just walk themselves is a little. Is that fair? Okay, cool.
This music.
You
is
travel
perfect.
you travel following him. To the three. Do you any of you say anything or want to do anything again? It's typical.
I just want to get to know. I want to get to know him like so badly. I want him to be my best friend. Like I get a vibe. We're gonna vibe really well.
Well, then we'll say this just for the flavor. Because he's like Thelonious. Is it fair to say like he's like just you're trying to get into your home? Like this is like. Just come on home. Like, come home.
He's pumped.
Pumped, for sure. Describe, Thelonious, what kind of home you have, where it looks like in the area, and...
So we've arrived?
Yeah, we'll just say we get there.
All right, so Thelonious is just, like, talking his ear off the whole way there, and then finally you get to his place, and I don't know what you were expecting, but it's literally just, like, goes up a tiny bit in elevation. It's just kind of like a mound of mud, and then you see, like... this hut that you wonder how he fits in. It looks like a human-sized hut, and it's made out of just like really small pieces of wood he's clearly taken from like other things he's found in the woods. There's some trees and just like things that looks like it's just like pieces of paper, like not structurally like good materials. And then you notice dozens of frogs jumping around, and like all of these little... The ground is covered with all of these weird little random like knickknacks and toys and like empty cans and like the most random, like you cannot like see a theme in any of all of these things.
I love this.
And he's like, come on, friends. And he like kind of goes down and goes into his hut and sits down, and there's like barely enough room that it's covered.
But there's a roof. Like, is there like a roof, like a functioning roof at least?
Yeah, like when he sits down, his head like bumps the roof a little, and the whole thing moves. But then he's good.
What's the main like material used? I mean, is it like wood? I mean, is it like a wooden?
Just little pieces of wood.
You can see there's a few trees supporting it, but there are also clearly like wall made of thin wood, a wall and like a metal beam over the top, but then it's leaning against like the back of that mud mound too. So that's kind of like the back wall.
I love that.
Good God. Jarvis says that he's got like the shit that he's carrying from, you know, that was falling out of the cart, and he just like walks up this elevation and is looking at this hut, watches this giant go in and sit down. And he's like, what?
Thelonious goes, indeed, good God. He goes, indeed, good God. Welcome to my heaven.
Isaac looks to the two of you, Nova and Jarvis, and he's like, I've seen a bunch of crazy shit, but I'm truly speechless on this one. And he just goes into the hut. Did you bring Glarquan into your hut, or did you leave him outside?
I like gently put him down before I went inside.
You see him, Glarquan, as he's kind of like nudging his head to go into the home.
Can he come in? He's very kind.
Of course! Come on, Glarquan!
Glarquan, however you see fit, Thelonious, 'cause we're in your home. If you can describe sort of more like the interior, like what is the interior?
So you guys are still at like the floor of the forest where there's grass and stuff, and it, like I said, it kind of goes up onto this dirt mound. And again, you see frogs everywhere, just like jumping around, dozens of frogs amongst all these toys. So it's even kind of hard to see where they are because some of them are like underneath toys and stuff. But also, I forgot to mention, some of the frogs have like, you can see really cheaply put together accessories that they're wearing also. and yeah, so to get up, you'd kind of have to like balance and like walk up this dirt mound, especially because it's been raining, and then kind of make your way inside. Also while walking around all of these toys and frogs.
Do you have a fireplace, or
Yes, yeah.
do you have...
In fact, when he sits down inside, he has a fireplace that is clearly not big enough for him that he can wrap his legs all the way around it, crisscross applesauce.
Oh.
So then at that point, Glarquan walks in and like gets in your lap
Uh-huh.
and sits.
And Thelonious looks at Nova and goes,
Oh, there's a sweet donkey, isn't it?
I told you he's so friendly.
Yes, he is.
Jarvis just walks in. He's just like completely shocked at like what's going on outside with the trinkets and random stuff, and like, and you see as he enters, he's like, I mean, obviously, I would imagine the space in here is every time there's a fucking donkey in here. You know, now there's like 3 humanoids.
Yeah.
I mean, the space is deteriorating.
so inside you're basically standing against one of the walls or sitting on my lap.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now Jarvis is definitely just kind of just in the doorway and kind of shimmies over up against the wall.
Same with
Just-
Isaac. Isaac does the same thing.
Just standing there.
And Thelonious looks over at Glarquan and is like just like really happy and like sees just there, and then he looks over at those two and goes kind of like and slaps his lap.
Jarvis looks over at Isaac. Jarvis is gonna go over and climb up on his leg.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, this is
For the fire.
first time for everything, huh?
I'm already ahead of Jarvis. I'm literally like, come on, pick me up, buddy.
Do you have any windows? Do you have any windows outside your home, or like is
So
it?
the whole front of it is just open. It's just the 2 walls, the mud behind, and the whole front is open.
Oh, I got you. I got
see
you.
it now. I picture it. I was thinking.
Yep.
Literally like
It's more like a shed or like a half or like a carport.
Yeah, it's
But like Thelonious, the way he's sitting is like he's the ghost of Christmas past. Like he is just like so like happy. Like just feels like he's in heaven.
I love that for him.
Yeah, Jarvis is like kind of perched up on his on this giant's kneecap.
Oh, you're on his knee? I feel like you should be on his shoulder.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like right on his like kneecap so that I'm just like just looking at him and the donkey and then back at him and the donkey and the fire. Yeah.
And I'm just like, pick me up.
And so
Like, put me on your lap.
he just kind of scoops her up because he doesn't want to like hurt her or anything by trying to pick her up like that. She's like
I'm just
so
sitting on
small to
his
him,
lap.
so he kind of just has to like brush her up.
So it's kind of like interesting, cutscene to seeing all of you in the room, and seeing you to just like outside, and like the cart is like not on its wheels, but it's like on its side, and it just falls over at one point. Fall. and you can like obviously, Thelonious, correct me if I'm wrong, but like again, you can like see the forest and the mud and all the frogs that are hopping around right out where you are. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
There's no privacy.
Is really quick, Thelonious, is your home facing where Amphail would be? Like, is it facing that direction, or is it like, you know what I'm saying?
It's basically it faces straight east, basically.
So okay, cool. So it would face Amphail that way. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I understood.
But Amphail's just like a little south, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope you know Nova is like so excited. She is like sitting on his lap, like swinging her legs like a little kid who loves Santa. Like she is living her best life and she just wants to get to know him. Like, are your little like doodads all over you? Is there one that's like close to me that I can like interact with currently?
okay. So you're sitting on my leg now, right?
Mhm.
So on my shorts as well, there are knickknacks kind of sewed and taped
I
good and stuff.
love that.
So everyone probably is like touching some of the knickknacks and like kind of they're touching them in some way just based on where they're sitting. And so right near you, I guess the closest thing near to you, it literally just looks like it's a stick sewed to his shorts.
Oh, you like to collect things.
Oh, I sure do. You can see here my collection of treasures.
What's your favorite? Like, do you wear your favorites?
I have to say, I consider myself more of a collector of treasures than a pet person, but I do love my frogs very much. And Caesar
yes.
here is my first special frog, so that's quite exciting.
Oh,
Oh, that's so nice. That's
what,
so nice.
what do you mean? What do you mean special frog?
Well, you see, he's the first frog I found that seems to randomly disappear.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes, when I first found him and was looking for him, he seemed to vanish for a moment, and then he reappeared, and I found him.
In different, like, he vanishes and then he reappears in like different area. I mean,
Yes,
Like he teleports?
perhaps. I also very much appreciate treasures from distant places, and Caesar also is from not too far, but maybe farther than most of my treasures.
And he goes to lick Caesar. And he licks his whole tongue just covers this frog, and he goes.
And he goes, yeah, that's right from the Desarian. It's a bit of a hike, but that is indeed where he was born.
okay.
Oh,
Lucas, you need to at that point you need to send us that clip.
Yeah,
Is both of you what?
bro. Yeah, Jarvis is completely like flabbergasted right now. Like, has never seen anything like this before in his life.
Thelonious, Thelonious looks kind of at all of them, like he's about to speak to all of them, and he goes,
Would you mind me checking where you all have been from?
Yeah. Like from, like, what do you mean? Like,
Oh, I just want to check real quick.
yeah,
I'm very curious.
sure.
are you gonna lick us?
You're not gonna lick us when we tell you, right? I mean, you don't have to do any
Oh,
of
just
that.
a taste. Just a taste.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know
a
about.
quick taste.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I
No problem. No problem.
yeah, but yeah, I'm you know, I was out on the open sea myself, so I was out on ships. It's kind of where I'm from.
Hmm. What about you, little one?
I want Nova to just stick her finger out and go. I just want to know if you can figure it out. Stick my finger out from the lick.
so
Thelonious goes, all right, little one, I will try not to eat you.
and he goes to just lick, like he's trying so hard to just stick his tongue out enough just to touch her finger, but his tongue is so huge, like he could easily swallow her, basically. But
This is a crazy thing right now.
and so I
If
get.
you just stick your tongue out, I can just go whoop
Okay,
with my
well,
finger
that makes me a little less nervous. All right, go ahead, touch away.
and just go.
That's really smart.
Okay. So then,
Very interesting.
and obviously I can't say, but
Yes.
Thelonious knows where you're from.
He literally,
I-
like, just so you know, he literally tells you, like, the main region area that you are from.
That's ridiculously cool.
Which actually, like, we never really established.
We've never
so-
discussed. So I don't really know where I'm from. I mean, I lived on an island, but we haven't really discussed where that space is.
But wait, so as soon as that happens, this giant just reiterates the exact region that she's from. Is that right?
So what you've seen him do is lick a frog to say where it's from, licked her and said where it's from, where she's from.
Isaac, let him lick you.
Why you want him to lick me? Why don't you have him lick you?
No, because I mean we know where you're from, you know. So if he does it and it's accurate, you know, I mean it works. This is fascinating to me. I let him lick you.
Well, why don't you just have him lick one of your things on you then? Why don't you have him lick like your, I don't know, lick your
like your foot.
So Thelonious can hear them, right?
yeah.
And he goes, I can lick you both in one go if you'd like.
No, have him lick your lick your staff or something, or lick something on you.
Yeah. Jarvis is gonna no, you know what Jarvis is gonna do? He's gonna pluck one of his feathers. He's gonna pluck one of his feathers and hand that over to him. And then Jarvis goes, "You can keep that, by the way."
And Thelonious goes, really?
Add it to
Yeah,
your
it's
collection.
yours, man. It's yours. Yeah, all
And
you.
Thelonious just inhales, and it goes in his mouth, and he goes, and swallows it, and
He goes, oh, you were right there. The open sea. Very interesting.
but can actually say the exact region as well.
That's pretty weird.
That's really
Which
cool.
again, just so for you, Thelonious, again, this isn't really fair because they're just giving you their location. But you would be Thelonious would be able to say you're from the plane of air. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you're not from this this actual universe at all. You're actually from a different universe completely. You're
So
from the
then-
plane of air.
Yeah. So then let me know. So then let me do. He inhales it and goes,
And he goes, oh, wowie.
and he's just like really like
Whoa. And he goes, this might be the farthest I've ever tasted. Thank you, friend.
Bro, that is insane. I love this character. What
Where are you from? Do you have to lick yourself?
Oh, that's, I like to think of this as my home. I've really made a new name for and, I'm here with, my frogs.
and he goes to like pet one of the frogs that's like over in the area behind him, and he accidentally kind of smushes it and goes,
Oh, sorry, Charles.
and then
bro?
And you notice that Caesar's not on your shoulder anymore, Thelonious.
and so, okay, so I'm like,
But, I originally, and he goes, oh, Caesar.
and kind of like
Do I
looking
see
around.
do I see the frog disappear?
Make a perception check.
Can I as well, please?
Yeah, all of you can. You can as well, Thelonious, if you want to like see if you saw. So add your
Add
wisdom.
Dirty,
so plus
dirty
0.
20.
crit fail.
11.
Wait, what did you roll, Jarvis?
Dirty 20.
You see all of a sudden as it was there, it was like going up his shoulder and just disappears.
As soon as I see it disappear, I'm just kind of like slowly like reach up my hand and like point to I think that what's the name of the frog? It disappeared. It's
Peter.
gone.
Caesar.
As you look, it just reappears on your shoulder as if, and it's basically indicating that it can just turn itself somewhat of a camouflaged invisibility sort of and comes back.
Thelonious, as he reappears,
Thelonious goes, Caesar, you're going to send me back to counseling.
and he's just like you see him like kind of more really like relieved.
Isaac, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys have never seen this before. He holds up a coin. And he looks at you very seriously, Felonius, and he says, can you see where this is from?
Of course.
So he drops it in Thelonious' big hand.
And-
Thelonious puts it in his mouth. Let's say this. He licks it first, and he kind of goes, and he's like, kind of like, And then he puts it in his mouth and kind of goes to get like a better taste, and then spits it out. So what do I learn?
I'm allowing you to decide this
Oh!
right now.
Okay. Okay. So Thelonious puts it back out, and he goes,
Very interesting. I've never quite tasted something like this before.
I mean, I guess that does make sense.
You're saying I could literally make this? Okay. He goes.
I can tell this is from a land of many fruits.
He kind of looks at it one more time, and he's like,
Very interesting. This place is of earth, but it seems that the plant life and perhaps even the critters there are a bit otherworldly, perhaps. I can taste that fruity scent there.
and I don't know if a name matters or anything, but
He takes it back, and he looks somewhat defeated. I'll take it back.
Yeah, there you are, friend.
He takes it and puts. Thanks.
Yes, of course. Some items, of course, are places, near or semi-near, and I might know exactly the name of the place that it is, but other places, like your coin, or like our bird friend here, are from a place in which feels quite distant, and perhaps I don't quite know the specifics about, but I do very much like the taste of your coin, and I feel like it is a magical coin in a way. Maybe not real mad. You know what I mean there, little one, don't you?
and he pats Isaac on the head.
I mean, I do. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I get it. Thank you.
While we're playing this game, Jarvis takes out of his pack a tube of smoke that he got in an Adbire city from, So, can you? It's probably not good to put this in your mouth, but if you could just lick this one.
Yes, of course.
Tell me where that's from.
And before he licks it, he just kind of looks at everyone grinning, and he's like,
You know what? I really like this game, and we could do this all night if you'd like. Just licking things.
he starts to banter, and is just like so excited, like,
You guys can lick things too if you'd like. It may be a little more difficult for you, but give it a try.
and he's just kind of like rambling.
No, you definitely have the gift. You definitely have the gift. That's for sure.
Oh, that's right, my bird friend. Here, let me.
And he gives it a little lick, and then he knows where it's from.
DM. Where's it from?
So you would know Thelonious, and you can flavor this however you want. Thelonious. You can add some things if you'd like. The Underdark.
That's from the Underdark.
Okay, so
think underground, dark, deep, like not like you would not be very happy about this as well.
yes. So sorry, I just saw it. So he licks, and he immediately goes, and it's kind of like,
I'm not sure you want to know where this is from, friend.
It's actually pretty important if you wouldn't mind. If it doesn't bother you.
Okay then. Well,
and he kind of hands it back to Jarvis, and he goes,
I'm afraid to tell you your vial is from a very dark place. You have to go down to get there. If you know what I'm saying.
Right. Thank you. And he puts it away.
Yes, of course.
My turn.
I'll try to help you.
you.
I'll try to help you out, Nate, faster as well.
Okay.
So
I'll pull it up. So I
You're
know that
gonna lick my cloak.
Oh, your
Take off my
beautiful
cloak.
cloak. Yes, your beautiful cloak I've been seeing this whole time. Of course, of course, of course.
Just try not to eat the whole thing, but like you can lick a corner. That's okay.
Yes.
And you can see as he tries to grab it, it's just like it's so small for his hands. He's just like, and then finally gets it and picks it up. And he licks it and he goes,
And he goes, I know this flavor.
and he hands it back to her and he goes,
This is from one of our neighboring towns here, Waterdeep. There's a hint of sort of gunpowder as well, but yes, this is from Waterdeep, just south of here, of course, yes.
Good to know.
this is so.
This is my favorite. My favorite is because Nate has no idea what has happened before
Yeah.
this, so he's just like, I don't know why these places have any sort
I
of
love this. Listen,
meaning, but they do.
this character
But Thelonious-
is dope.
you can tell Felonius knows of Waterdeep though.
Yeah, totally.
DM, are there any weapons per se or anything like that on Thelonius's person
I don't know.
that we've seen?
You tell me,
You d-
Thelonious.
You don't see anything like as you look around. If you were to try to see if there was anything even useful looking, it's a no.
Okay, so just
Like-
random knickknacks and toys and like.
There's random knickknacks and toys. There's some like sticks around and stuff that look kind of shaped like maybe he uses it for stuff. Like very primitive looking tools maybe if you kind of looked around, but it's like you barely see anything valuable or useful around.
Thelonious, is that right? That's how you pronounce your name?
Yes.
Yeah. Where is it that you said that you're from? I mean, you did the whole licking thing, and you could tell us, the origins. I mean, where are you really from?
Yes. Well, if you must know, my friend, this is my home. I don't know how much you've interacted with giants before, but there is
You're
a
the
place-
first.
Oh, really? Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but not all giants are like me. You see, there are certain expectations of a giant that I don't quite fit. Yes, so I am from a giant town not too far from here up the mountain, but yes, they didn't quite want me, and I don't quite want them. So I, like I said, I have found my heaven here.
And
That's-
it's like Thelonious is like kind of like fake smiling. Like you could tell he's sad, but he's like happy.
Well, we're glad to have met you tonight. I mean, I for one am happy to be warm. That's for sure.
As you say that, all of you, you see what looks like to be somebody outside, as they're a very small individual, drenched, carrying a large knapsack bag, bigger than themselves, as it's on their shoulders, as it's oh god, this is why does Thelonious? Oh, I can't.
Do you know this person?
Thelonious, you would know this person as Myrtle, from Amphail. At this point, you see what looks like to be two pigtails, red, spiky hair that is halfling individual, long hair, wearing overalls rolled up to their shin, dirty blue and dark, mud stains all over their overalls, some freckles, but again, they're soaking wet, carrying a large knapsack, completely shoeless, as you hear from at least what it looks like to be like 100 feet away, Thelonious!
Say that again. Sorry.
They're just screaming your name.
Oh.
Hey, help me out! Help, Thelonious!
Can
Thelonious!
can I see that it's Myrtle?
Yeah, you see it's Myrtle.
Is Myrtle in relation to anyone else in Amphail?
Not just for the sake of just like some. Okay.
Yep.
I go. Oh.
Thelonious!
Everything all right?
Yes, of course. Just talk amongst yourselves.
And then Thelonious goes,
Are you trying to hide?
Thelonious goes,
Yes, talk amongst yourselves.
and then covers his face again.
I swear that Thelonious, you get your ass outside right now, Thelonious. As they finally get up to like getting 75 feet away, 50 feet, they can see you. Your house is open.
Yeah.
Open. She seems angry. That she wants you. Who is she?
Thelonious just covers his face and goes,
Hello, humans.
there he goes,
Hello, humans, halflings, and dwarfsakai. Amphibians, yes.
Myrtle, again, you see all of that as she eventually comes up and
she's alone or is she with people?
looks like she's alone right now.
Oh, okay.
But she comes up to you all, and she stands in front of you, and she has this bag, and she drops it down, and out kind of pours some different items, actually. And as she looks at you and says, Thelonious, who are these? So now you have more people? Are they going to come into our city, and, like, are they going to take some of our stuff? Like, what are you trying to pull out here?
Thelonious was like, oh no, no, these are my friends.
Looks at all the three of you. You're friends with him?
Jarvis just kind of waves.
Hi, man.
All right. The cost of being a friend of Thelonious. Jeez, I swear. Looks at you. Thelonious, listen. I have told you time and time and time again. Listen, we can only do so much for you. Okay? We can only get you what you want. You keep coming over to our town, right? You keep accidentally stepping on things. You keep destroying. You destroyed a pig trough, and my pigs left. Again, you can't. I understand you want some things, so I tried. Okay, I got you some things. I'm trying to be kind. I got you some things.
Myrtle.
Okay. Don't.
Myrtle. I know you don't like to say it in front of people, but thank you for being my friend.
You piss me off. Again, I can only do so much for you. You make me so mad sometimes, I swear.
Oh, yeah, I get mad sometimes too. Sometimes. But not at you, Myrtle. Never.
Jarvis just
Yeah.
blurts out, he just licked all of us. Really awkwardly. And he goes, sorry.
And then Thelonious goes,
Myrtle doesn't like the licking.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
just disgusting. That's not sanitary. Again, you can't. Again. He was coming over. He was licking the walls of some of our buildings. He was licking. We had to tell him to go. You can't do that. That's not sanitary for us and for you.
He's pretty gifted. It's pretty cool, actually.
We know where these buildings were built in Amphail. We know where they're from.
It's just very special. He's very special.
Look, okay. Thelonious, I just wanted to come here. I was going to give you some things. I thought I was trying to be nice a little bit. Again, you're it's going to bite you in the ass sometime, I'm going to tell you.
I know. I understand, Myrtle. I know. I'll try to keep my distance.
Okay, here.
Thank you.
And she like pulls out the bag and like lays it all across. So like this is large bag. Like there's rotten meats here. There's some like really big juicy pears that are on the ground. You find that there's some like different like wood shavings that like may or may not kind of have like those like curly cues to them. Some really colorful leaves that have been dried out that are very colorful and very vibrant. You find like there's like a couple of different like teddy bear or like different like children's toys that are like broken and distressed. I just thought that you'd like these things. You keep coming here. Maybe this is just we'll keep your distance for a bit.
Myrtle, you are the best.
Yeah, but I saw you tried to hide from me though. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't because guess what? You're fucking huge.
I suppose I am fucking huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He tried to hide from us behind a tree that was smaller than him.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's he tries to hide behind like our flagpole in our city. There's no flag on it right now.
Jarvis just looks.
Like-
Thelonious, you must know. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's really difficult for you to hide. I mean, right? I mean, that's got to be tough.
He points over to Myrtle and goes,
I did get you that one time.
You did get me the one time. I did. Okay. You got it. She kind of like starts to laugh. I mean, that was okay. Okay, but don't. Again, I'm covering for you. I swear. She comes in. She goes, the Timber Twins. They can't. They're gonna find out.
Yes, I know.
And if they
who are
find
they?
out,
Who are the Timber Twins?
Just a couple bullies.
they're not. Well,
Oh.
yeah, they're bullied, but they're the ones that run Amphale.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, but
Amphale's. Oh, good, Thelonious.
Yeah, well, I don't live quite in Amphel, right, Myrtle?
Yeah, but you're kind of there a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't really mind it. But people are talking now.
Yeah, we're
and,
talking. We talk here. Yes, we were talking all night, actually. We're talking right now, Myrtle.
Yeah, that's how we communicate, Thelonious. What am I missing here? Listen, I just want to warn the three of you, be careful with him. You're such a sweet, gentle, and very, very innocent, I know. But like I said, the people that run Amphale aren't always they're protecting their city, and if they think that you're a threat, buddy, there's nothing I can do.
Yes. I understand, Myrtle.
All right, well, I just wanted to give you that. Grabs the knapsack, throws it over.
You are my
Enjoy
little buddy. You are my little buddy, aren't you, Myrtle? Come on now, Myrtle.
Make a persuasion check. So add your charisma, which is your highest.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
She goes, you too, buddy. And just goes.
Is it
back
still raining
into-
outside? It's still storming outside?
Still stormy. So fucking cold and rainy. You're loosening up. You're warming up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Thelonious looks to them because she dumped off all the stuff, and he goes,
Would you mind, friends?
like kind of gesturing if they would mind just stepping off his legs.
Yeah. Jarvis.
And you
Flies
notice he
off.
kind of like sadly walks over to the stuff, but he just starts sorting it. He's like throwing like some stuff this way, and then the other stuff he's throwing, you notice he's throwing really far, like over the other side of the dirt mound.
Do you have a system of things that you like to keep?
Oh, yes, of course. I find the little toys and treasures,
And you see him picking up like pieces of wood and like tattered toys.
and then I just throw the other things.
And there's been like a slight smell this whole time too that you thought maybe was him, but you notice he's throwing like the rotten meat and stuff like that over the top of the dirt mound.
Oh, buddy, that smell, that's not good.
And
not
he
good.
he kind of goes, huh? and he smells his armpit and he goes,
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's the rotten meat on the other side of the hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll bury that later. Thank you, Nova.
and then
Okay.
he keeps sorting.
You're welcome.
Tell us about this Amphale, this town. I mean, is it far? I mean, where's this at? What's it like?
Well,
And then he plops down on his butt again, even though he's outside in the mud, and he just like clearly sits on a bunch of his knickknacks as he keeps sorting. And he's like,
it's the nearest town, just on the other side of the long road, and I cross paths.
you can tell he's nervous.
Yeah, I cross paths with them every so often. I've been there a few times. Yes, but yeah, that's it. That is where the people live. Yes.
Is it a big town or is it smaller or?
It's a decently well-established town, certainly compared to anything that I've ever experienced. Yes.
And what attracts you to this town? I mean, it seems like maybe they don't really appreciate you over there. Why do you keep going back?
Oh, well, I've only been there a few times, you see. I just do a lot of exploring there, Jarvis, and there have been a few times I've attempted having some kind of cordiality there with the townspeople, but I seem to have had no success.
And these twins that Myrtle was talking about, they're in charge of the place?
Well, yes, I mostly hear their thoughts through other people. I've tried to avoid actually being, in their exact sight. But yes, I've heard some things that are not so nice about me. But not everyone will like
Seymour, for example. And then there's a frog stuck to the wall that just goes.
And he's like, oh, Caesar. Or Seymour.
Well, we definitely appreciate your hospitality. I mean, we were a mess out there, and we appreciate the 8 points to the roof, and the fire and the warmth. We appreciate it.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, make yourselves at home.
Nova starts digging in her backpack, and she still has the keys from the whole thing with the cages. So I'm going to take out the keys.
The keys. What
And
keys?
the keys. Remember when there were all the keys on the table to the
Back in an Adbuyer City.
So we split them amongst everybody, and I kept 3 of them. So I want to hold out the keys and let him pick one of the keys that he can keep as like a little trinket
I see. Cool.
from our adventures.
Oh, she's giving me a key?
Mm-hmm.
She's giving Thelonious a key?
Yes.
So Thelonious is in the mud. So what does Nova say?
She just walks over and she's holding these 3 like big keys in her hand. And I'm like, pick one.
And Thelonious looks up, and he stands up in the mud and goes, "Get out!"
I've never seen such treasures.
You can have one. Pick one. And she's literally like holding it as high as she
So
can.
he as not to hurt her, he scoops up like the ground, like the dirt underneath her,
And just lifts her up and is like, oh, Nova, thank you.
You're welcome. As I'm trying not to like drop the keys.
and
So I'm
puts
like
her back down.
getting picked up.
As she's holding them, he tastes all 3, and then he grabs them.
Are they from different places?
No. And
He goes, oh, they're all from the same place. But,
yes, okay.
Insight check.
Yeah,
That
and-
seems good.
They're from an Adbuyer City. Like that's where you got them from. Like that's just where you were.
He goes,
he goes, they're all from the same place, but this one feels especially clean.
and takes that
Oh,
one.
that's good. It's all yours.
And he takes it, and he's kind of like looking around, like he's not sure what to do with it.
I think you should put it right here. And I like point on like a spot on his vest.
And again, he's just shocked at like their kindness, especially Nova's. But like whenever they just interact with him, he's just like, whoa. And so he looks, and like there's clearly no way for him to easily get it in. But he like doesn't want to disappoint her, saying that it should go there. So he just like,
I can help you. And I'm like looking around trying to find like a piece of string or something around that I can like tie this key to his vest.
and there's definitely probably string or something around that you could find just by looking a little bit.
And I'm like, come down.
So he comes down with the key.
And I tie it on like a little like loop that's on his vest.
Was he about to just jam it through? Like
You saw that he was about to go right before she like offered to help him.
oh my god, dude.
Oh, I love that. So now you have like, and like she
So now
ties
he's
it
like-
on, and then she like
so-
pats it.
So the whole time you've been with him, you've never seen him stand like this, but he's like standing up straight.
Oh,
Another extra foot taller. Like, a little bit taller. This is so fun to just watch you guys play, and I just can just enjoy.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually pretty tired. Thelonious, I hope it's okay that we stay the night here. What time is it, DM?
This would be like midnight. Again, like you guys never got to sleep yet. It's very cold. You without Thelonious, you would have probably never slept that night, and you would have taken a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of bedroll over in the corner and
Oh,
meditate.
yes. You all sleep inside. I'll sleep out here. No big deal. I sleep out here from time to time.
And you see him like scoop up a bunch of the frogs and kind of like pour them into the hut where you guys are. And like half of them just like hop back out, but he like goes down to like.
You see Isaac, and he's like, I'm actually gonna go take a little bit of a walk for a little bit. I'll be asleep in a little bit. So Nova, what would you like to do?
I would like to go sit right next to Jarvis, and I want to have a little frog, like on my lap, just like petting it and like looking at him, like oh, he's so cute.
And, you have
Oh,
the
And she's
yeah.
whole-
just kind of like winding down.
and they have the whole rest of the hut, but she's sitting right by Jarvis.
Yes.
Yeah, so Jarvis is actually meditating right now on his bedroll. He's completely like meditating, like ninja style, monk style, just completely eyes closed, trying to meditate. But this frog and Nova just keeps like, she's like, complete, like totally a distraction. He's not able to focus.
I love it. So then, at this point, what would you like to do?
Jarvis is going to sleep.
Thelonious is snoring already.
Yeah, Jarvis is going to sleep.
The mud just shakes.
It's like shaking the hut. Like the whole hut is like.
He's like mouth
Every time
open.
you breathe.
He's mouth open snoring, and one of the frogs jumps in his mouth, and he just goes, and then keeps sleeping.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Jarvis is
that's
passed out.
funny.
Jarvis is passed out.
I'm just staring at this like wonderland that's outside. And I'm just sitting by Jarvis, like petting a frog and just like kind of just taking in everything that just happened because it was crazy. And also like she has that natural fear because of the last thing that happened, like just worrying a little bit about Isaac and just kind of like waiting around and like looking just to make sure.
Totally. And everything seems to be comforting, to be calm. There's nothing about, unless you're like trying to do something like talk to Saloon, or if you're trying to like do anything else, like everything seems to be really like calm and collected.
Jarvis, I will say, as he's falling asleep, this was kind of the first time that he's experienced anybody else talk about where he's from. He's normally keeps that kind of under lock. So the fact that this new friend, this new giant friend, was able to tell him exactly where it was from, just kind of reminds him of his home. And so he's kind of like, as he's dozing off, he's remembering Master Agave and his family, and where he's from. It's raining outside, and he's just like imagining the clear weather, beautiful sky, no clouds.
And as As you doze off, where does your mind go to? Where is there any special memory you
Yeah.
go back to at all?
So it's actually gonna go back to when Jarvis was like a child, like he was 4 or 5 years old, very 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 young, and this is a memory with his mother.
Oh, okay.
This is a memory with his mother.
Describe your mother.
She is a very
Is she kind of a hard ass or no?
No, she's a very, very sweet, regal-looking
Okay.
bird. She's pretty much all white, with the exception of kind of like the edges of her wings, which are kind of almost like a dark. They're like a really dark color, but they're kind of like a blue, like a bluish hue. And she's just she's taller, probably 6'2", and right now they're just walking, and I just imagine her just kind of this is a moment kind of like teaching Jarvis is learning how to like fly and do certain techniques and stuff in the air.
You walk into somewhat of like a stoned courtyard. As she brings you close to what looks like to be kind of an edge, then you can see like the bottom of it. Looks like there's a bunch of like leaves and trees, and like cushiony nature, hay, and it just looks cushiony, right? As she stands next to you, and she goes, "We are going to be here all day, son. And we are going to learn."
We're gonna be here all day, you said? Damn it!
No, hey, we're gonna
4
be here
years
all
old.
day. Yeah, motherfucker! She gets on one knee and just looks at you and goes, "Listen, you are going to be so special. You already are to me. And I'm wanting to show you how to use the most greatest gift that you have."
Yeah, but all the other kids say I look like a chicken. Why do I look like a chicken?
You don't look like a chicken, Jarvis.
And he like touches his like red shit that chickens have, and he is like flopping it around. Why do I have this then? You don't have one of those.
I don't have one of those, but that's what makes you unique. And don't let anybody ever say otherwise.
I'm a fucking chicken.
And that's just the dream that you're the memory that you remember. Just that. Just like super stupid and like but like that was your mom. Like that's cute. So as you guys sleep, not too long after, within about an hour of sleep, make a perception check, all three of you. And you can add plus nothing to your perception check. Sorry.
14.
14.
19.
Natural 20, 26.
Ayo.
Jarvis, you immediately wake up and you see Isaac sprinting toward the hut. Leaps over Thelonious. Like does like one of those like leaps over a car kind of leaps and runs up to you, and he's like, "We gotta get out of here. This is not a good spot. There's a whole horde of people coming right now, and they look pissed.
What? They're coming this way? What's going on? What's
Right
happening?
now. I don't know. I'm just out there. I'm just taking a leisurely walk. I'm processing some things that happen in my mind and my heart, and this has got really sad."
Yeah, I just got all freaky.
Whole horde of people coming, and they have that Myrtle lady. They're not real happy.
Is Thelonious awake right now?
No.
You think we should wake him up? We should probably wake him up.
I mean, that's up to you. Hey, Nova, hey. Psst.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna wake Thelonious up. I'm gonna go over and I don't know how to do it because he's a giant. I'm gonna take a stick and just like toss it at his chest or something like that. Just toss it at him. Just keep throwing sticks at him until he wakes up.
Thelonious, does that work?
Nah, let's say no.
Cool.
Damn it!
He's not budging.
I'm gonna go over to his face and just like shove his face or something.
So
Give me.
Oh, go ahead, Sue.
No, you.
I was just gonna say Thelonious does wake up, but so he's like on his side and his face is so big compared to Jarvis, and he just goes Fred, and just goes into Jarvis's.
Yeah, so, something's going on. Sounds like they got Myrtle. I don't know. What's going on, Isaac?
There's a horde of people that are coming. They've got some fucking torches, and literally they have Myrtle. They grabbed her by the head, and they're dragging her here. It looks like they're heading our way right now.
How many of them are there?
Fucking, it looks like about 30 of them.
Were
That's
they,
why I'm saying
were they
I don't know.
hostile towards Myrtle? I mean, what's going on?
They're dragging her through the mud.
And you see that Thelonious was like kind of worried, like trying to just like not hear it. But then when they said dragging Myrtle through the mud, he goes and kind of like looks up, like more determined.
Super. I'm just telling you, they're got to be within like 5-10 minutes away. That's why I'm just saying. Maybe do we all want to just get the fuck out of here, or what are we
No,
doing?
we gotta help Myrtle. We gotta help Myrtle. We're with you, Thelonious. What do you want to do?
You want to help me?
If that's what you want,
Let's go help my friend.
let's
And
do
he
it.
kind of like stands up.
Isaac is like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we helping? We don't. He looks so, like he physically is moving his body away from you three.
No man left behind.
We don't even know them. We don't even know this.
Okay. We didn't know the people who were just at that town either, but you saw what we did.
That's a little different. You
No,
know,
it's
Nova.
not. It's not different.
You were having nightmares about it, okay?
Okay, but also, if she dies, her blood is on our hands because we didn't help.
On our hands, or his hands. And he points to you, Thelonious.
And Thelonious just
Nova's getting so pissed at Isaac right now. She is like, what is your problem, bro?
He's super determined right now.
We have to help. Isaac, you don't have to if you want to stay here, but I think we have to help. I think it's the right thing to do.
I think this is bullshit, and I'm really getting tired of this.
Sorry to hear that. Which way did you say they were?
I don't know. And he just turns around. And he starts walking in the opposite direction, where you guys came from. The opposite direction he was coming from.
Thelonious like leans over to them after he walked away, and he goes,
Do you think he'd like some mud pie?
Isaac is
not
no
at
longer.
all seeing the tension.
Yeah, Isaac is no longer with you, and he's completely disappeared into the wood.
Okay. What direction did he come from?
So imagine, I'm trying to picture this. It's not going to be great to picture for all of us. Just imagine he went the opposite way that he came, right? And so the opposite way that he came was probably the indicator that that's where they were coming from. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I want to go the direction that he came when he got to the hut.
Are you flying?
I do. Yes.
Make an athletics check to see how well you fly in this.
5 + 3 = 8.
You before you even take off, again, it's going to be the same thing. It's just not ideal weather right now.
Okay, so he's on the ground. He's grounded.
You're stuck. You're stuck with us on the ground.
I could carry you if you'd like.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly up and perch on his shoulder.
That's cool. That's a cool view. Just holding on to a yellow vest. Okay. Nova, what do you guys? So what are you guys doing? Again, he that moment just happened. He's articulating. There's about potentially 30 people coming this way with Myrtle. Are you guys? What are you planning? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I'm essentially just kind of pointing the direction to Thelonious where he was coming from.
Thelonious puts his hand down for Nova to step on as well.
Okay.
And just lifts her up and puts her on his ear. She's so small.
I love that.
You look like an earring.
You notice that you notice that Thelonious doesn't at all look like he's preparing for battle. Nor does he have a weapon or anything like that. Like, you get the impression that he maybe even doesn't even think that that's ever a possibility or anything.
Has anybody come after you before?
Well, there are those that may have threatened or things like that, but no one's ever tried to harm me before, not physically.
Do you have a way to protect yourself?
Protect myself?
Yes. From people who may want to hurt you because they don't understand.
You think people would learn to hurt me?
I mean, people have tried to hurt us because we're different.
Well, I suppose I have you two, don't I? And my hut.
You
And
do.
my frog.
Yeah.
You.
We're here. We'll protect you.
And he's right on his shoulder, so again, he turns, so his face is so close to Jarvis and goes,
Thank you, friend.
From 14 feet in the air, as we're moving the direction that Isaac came, can we see the torches or anything like that these people are carrying? Anything that we can see of
Like
the
perception check.
description? Yeah. 7 plus 6, 13.
So, first time really that we're experimenting with this and navigating it. The torrential, is that the word? Torrential
Yep.
downpour of rain is also causing a difficulty in sight as well. Okay, so to see further than maybe even 60 feet is kind of difficult in and of itself because of how much rain is pouring down on your face amongst.
the trees in this woods are also super tall, right?
Correct, super tall, fairly thick. So it's not a simple like open landscape like you guys were in before. Remember, so this is a tricky situation. How do you want to navigate this?
I would say just keep moving in this direction till we see something. Thelonious, do we know the direction of the city?
I sure do.
Sorry.
Question for you, Jarvis. Do you have anything that could kind of make us a little bit more stealthy? Because it seems like they're trying to come after him, and he's kind of hard to hide.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point. From the shoulder of this giant, can I cast Pass Without a Trace?
I will allow it. Sure.
We're hidden, buddy.
So basically, Nate, Pass Without a Trace, he like kind of casts this like darkness around all three of you, and you make your way into the shadows.
Okay. So Thelonious goes, ah!
We're good. I just was
And he again turns his head so his face is right by Jarvis, but he doesn't obviously realize it. And he goes, Jarvis!
So everyone roll a stealth check, and you're gonna add plus 10. So Nate, you'll roll plus 10. You'll add you'll roll your d20 and add plus 10.
19.
27.
18.
Okay. Lucas, what was yours?
27.
Okay. What do you do?
Continue moving. I'm just gonna tell Thelonious to continue to move. We can't.
I feel like we should
hear
move on
them.
the outskirts.
So can I see? I can see even though we're like
Yes,
Yeah,
you
it's-
can
it's
see
not
we're
a
just
literal-
like moving in the shadows.
So
you
he
know?
listens to Jarvis and just keeps walking.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And we're just walking. So I could cut through towards the town, but Thelonious is used to just walking straight east. So that's what he's doing.
okay, and that's sort of that's basically the direction that Isaac came from, was sprinting from. As you get about within 3 to 4 minutes of walking, you can hear, not see yet, but you can hear clunking of metal and sort of screaming, what seems to be like a go, go, and some other yelling of shut up, and just some like angry voices that are sort of like chanting, Thelonious, Thelonious, get out of here!
How far are they?
Roll another perception check.
18.
Seems like they're within a football field away.
I'm gonna.
So within about 300
Can-
feet in your
we-
radius.
Can we tell if they're like on the road or if they're in the woods?
They're in the wood.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper to Thelonious. We need to get within 60 feet of them, but don't worry, I'll keep us stealth.
Okay, Frey.
And he just starts.
Thelonious, are you afraid?
Yes.
Thelonious, can you do me a favor? Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw? So what you're going to do is you're going to just roll... your wisdom saving throws are +3. So
Dirty 20.
Nice.
there's a cool. There was a moment though that your fear was about to overtake you in a way where that was going to keep you away from this upcoming group. How do you kind of like negate that feeling though?
Yeah, he is scared and like he almost doesn't want to keep walking, but he feels some kind of, especially just because he is such a loner and stuff, and has struggled so much to have interactions with people that like him. So he's just like, he kind of like looks at Nova and looks at Jarvis and it's just like, and kind of hears Myrtle and it's just like, okay, and keep walking.
DM, as soon as we get within 60 feet,
Yep.
I would like to cast darkness on
Cool.
the horde of people. It is a
You-
15-foot radius sphere, so I don't know if that covers all of them or not. But I want to prioritize the darkness over Myrtle.
So when you get within 60 feet, you're gonna cast darkness over Myrtle
Yes,
if you see her. Got it.
that's correct. That's correct.
Cool. You do end up getting behind like what looks like to be like a big thing of shrubbery, like look like to be like wild vines and like a wild gardenery that totally able to like get in and duck around. Which at that point you do see within 60 feet. It looks like to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, about 20 individuals carrying variety of long swords, short swords, also some interesting like some different like wood carving tools, because Amphail is a timber and wood carving specific city. So
It's going to be minor illusion.
And-
I'm sorry, not darkness. It's going to be
I was going
minor
to say
illusion.
I don't think you want to cast darkness.
Yep, minor
Um,
illusion.
Let me just continue what you see.
Yeah, yeah.
You see leading or from the back again, they look a lot of halflings and dwarfs mainly. Halflings, dwarf. You do have the occasional like human, half orc, a couple of Goliaths even. However, leading the pack, you see 2 male dwarfs. One of their hands is Myrtle and is pulling her by her hair, pulling her on the ground, just straight into the mud. Both of these dwarfs have dark black hair, and they look like they're twins. They look exactly very similar, except one's hair looks like Thor before he gets before he's like fat Thor. Kind of look a little bit more pretty, while the other one looks like fat Thor. Okay, and you manage to see again behind this shrubbery pretty concealed. They're not seeing you, and eventually within 60 feet, they're passing you. Okay? When do you cast Minor Illusion?
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion, and it says here that I can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends. So, I really would like to. I think I'm gonna do whispers from
Okay.
kind of around the group, not coming from where we're at, but kind of the other surrounding areas, kind of from the woods and around these people, kind of whispers, kind of randomly from like around them.
What kind of whispers?
Just like just like really like it's like inaudible, but just sounds like I'm really wanting to kind of create the illusion that there's a larger group of people surrounding them.
Got it.
It says with a successful intelligence or investigation check against your
Yep.
spell save DC, but I don't know what my DC is.
You don't have a spell DC.
Okay.
So what we said was, technically it would be your wisdom plus your 8 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency, which is what?
Plus my wisdom modifier.
Yes.
My modifier is 4.
So 8 plus 4, what's your proficiency?
4.
So 8
plus-
So
Plus 8, 16.
I don't think that's right, but we'll go with that for now. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that's right, but we'll go with 16. Eventually they stop. Hey! Did you hear that? As if people are kind of like listening and looking around.
When they listen, I'm gonna make it louder, like it gets louder.
As they're listening, it starts to get louder. A couple of them says, "I don't want to be here. Get us out of here. No, this is weird. Do you hear that?" And it's just like some of them start to like,
And then and then a voice from the woods goes, "Give us Myrtle."
Go ahead for me now and roll a deception check.
I rolled a 19 minus 3, 16.
Rick, bro. A couple of them start to kind of freak out as they all are clunking together. The main two individuals, the twins, one of them looks, "We're not giving you squat. Bring out Thelonious. We want his head." While most of the group is starting to kind of like, they're paused. You have them stopped in their tracks for sure. What do you do? Nova, what are you doing? And Thelonious, what are you doing?
Thelonious just goes when they said
I
hey.
don't really have anything that I can really do because most of my things only pertain to like one specific person, and I have to be able to see them.
As they wait and they hear the sound, the minor illusion eventually fades.
So now I'm gonna cast darkness. Can I see Myrtle?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it on her. It's a 15-foot sphere.
Immediately you cast it on her. Thelonious, Nova, you see a 15-foot circle of blackness, sort of like a kind of like a dome that goes over her, the twins, and amongst like 6 to 8 other people, while the other group members, the other half, are kind of like step away from it. And what is this? What is how? Who's there? You hear Thelonious Myrtle scream.
You see
What do you guys
Thelonious
do?
kind of, you see Thelonious kind of get nervous and like,
And he goes, we ought to go towards her, don't we?
How many of them were there, DM?
8, and then another 8. So now you got about 15 people. It looked like 10 of them ran off from your minor illusion. I rolled really shit for like a chunk of them, so it looks like they dissipated because of being a little too freaked out.
Like half of them peeled off.
About like 10 of them peeled off. So you have about 15 people left.
So now
Damn.
only the few that stepped out of the darkness would see us.
Yeah, so the people that are in the darkness can't see anything. Like, they can't see, and you can't see in it.
Even those that are out of the darkness can't
That's
see
what I'm
us 'cause
saying.
we're still Pass Without a Trace.
I'm saying
Oh.
for you guys, yeah, sorry. I thought you were saying about the people that are in the sphere. Yes, nobody's seeing you directly right now. You three.
So Thelonious is feeling like,
Oh, let's go. Let's just go grab her. Let's walk right over there. They won't see us, right?
and he's like wanting to just like go get her.
Yeah.
We can't see in there. We can't see inside there either, unless you can see inside magical
No.
darkness.
I don't think anybody can.
Oh, it's okay. I'll reach around a bit until I find her. We have to save her, don't we?
We do, yeah. If you want to try, yeah. Yeah, let's try.
I have to try for Myrtle.
This is so funny.
And
So with
Thelonious,
Thelonious, what do you do?
Thelonious creeps up and just tries to start like sneakily walking towards the darkness.
Okay, so the moment that you stand up, you get out.
So okay, so I guess they're still on me, right?
Yes, we are, and I still have Pass. I'd like to have Pass Without a Trace on.
So your pass without a trace ends when you cast another one
Darkness.
of your things.
Yeah, got you.
So we're getting closer, right?
So
No longer stealth.
I need you. Yeah. So are you guys trying to be stealthy though? Still.
I'm trying to be stealthy, yeah.
So then re-roll a new stealth check with your normal stuff, and for you it's -1 Thelonious to roll.
14.
13.
I roll with disadvantage normally,
Yes, you do.
and I mean I can't roll any worse than a 3. So
I'm sorry.
yeah, 3 plus 2 is 5. Pretty.
The moment you step up, and as you both, all three of you, like kind of like you two are on the shoulders. He stands up. The group that's not in the darkness sees you. There he is. And within 60 feet, we'll say about 50 feet away, you see a group of people sort of like prepare themselves, like couple people with crossbows, couple people just have their shovels and their torches, while the other people that are in that sphere are still in there. Myrtle's still screaming Thelonious. And that's where we're gonna pause, and that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
Damn. Damn.
Thanks for playing, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for stepping in, dude.
I was actually I knew you were gonna play, but I was like so not thinking that was gonna be the moment. Like totally not thinking that was gonna be the moment.
So were you guys like trying to figure out your night before I came? Like the characters?
Wait, what do you mean?
Because when Thelonious got there, you guys were just like wet and trying to make a fire.
Yeah,
just,
no,
like,
we were
hiding.
literally
Yeah,
like,
we had no
bro,
idea.
like I had no idea that you were gonna play tonight. Like I had no clue. Like I if I were to have had guessed, I would have
didn't
guessed
know
you'd
either.
come like later on, like something different. This was completely random. Like we were just literally like on the road. I thought it would have been like, I don't know, just a different moment. So
A
it,
climactic moment.
oh yeah, it caught me by surprise.
Well, I had texted when I was with Nate. I was like, "What do you want to be?" He's like, "I kind of want to be a giant."
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually I'm really intrigued about the character, so I'm like the type of like I want to know like what it like your strengths, your weaknesses. I can already kind of tell like some of what I think some of those things are. Like charisma is like one of your highest. Is that fair to say?
Is what?
Charisma for Thelonious.
I believe.
His charisma is the highest.
Yeah.
It's my highest.
He has a 19, well, a +4 charisma.
Okay, and how about the lowest?
Which
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Yeah. You are a clumsy giant.
Yeah,
Damn.
but you already know that.
Yes.
So how is he built? Does he have a D&D Beyond character sheet or no? This was your
No, we,
homemade character sheet?
We're not gonna tell. We're not gonna tell you where he got what he has.
Okay.
I will request that we make a Hero Forge mini for
Oh
Thelonious,
yes,
please.
that has to happen. Nate, you have
Do
to
it.
make a hero forge.
I don't know what that is.
It's just you're just creating.
Go on computer right now. Type in heroforge.com, and you can like make.
It makes
mini...
like a mini, a custom mini, so you can show us exactly like what your character looks like.
Like you don't have to print it or anything. It just shows like you can
No.
just take a picture of it. Then
Yeah.
We could put. I can put mine in the chat, right? I think I still have mine.
Do you have mine? Because I
I think so.
we did them both on your computer.
Yeah, I can
You
put.
can pull it up.
I just,
That Jarvis memory was awesome.
Listen, so those are probably my favorite. You haven't gotten to meet Master Agave yet, but that's a good time.
I put our hero forges in
Oh, you found them both?
in the Discord, Nate, if you want to look at them.
I still use Megan Isaac.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you do
Oh,
look like a chicken.
cool.
He does look like a chicken, right?
I
Yeah.
said.